This is the Pod Cave Podcast. Here's Jason, Michelle, and Goose.
We're thinking of titles.
So what's a
Thinking of
word,
titles.
like a hip word?
I thought we liked slap ass.
Slap ass.
Well, that was
a hip
Goose
word.
at the top
that
of the
was
list.
slap ass.
Lit.
top of the
Shell
list.
stole.
It's a hip word.
Dookie balls.
Doogie balls. I don't think that's a hip word.
Dingleberries.
How about dingleberry? All right.
Nutsack.
How about instead of Spanish fly, Italian fly? No, fuck that. How about
Harvey's balls.
Harvey's.
balls? Weinstein bag.
Weinstein
Yeah.
bag. Weinstein's
Come on, man. Just think about what how we all like.
I hate being put on the spot like this, dude. Because then you're like,
Well, just think of anything.
dude, I'm drawing a blank right
Ladies
No,
and gentlemen, this is the
same,
Slap Ass
same.
Podcast.
I would actually
slap ass.
think about it. I do like the slap ass thing,
Slap
slap ass, but I'm trying to think like maybe something else more to that.
Yeah, what is a
Something.
term
It's
like some
missing
kind of like
something.
Ass.
yeah,
Kiss ass?
No, that like
Like a
Dumbass?
term to go along with it.
yeah, like finger jab, like fucking something.
Finger bang.
Finger bang, like I've witnessed.
Fingered ass.
Um,
So you have to have ass in it?
How about no? Fuck that.
Stupid ass podcast.
lit, stupid ass podcast.
No, fuck
lit ass podcast.
Who?
Lit, like people say like, oh, it's lit.
No, I never heard that. Okay. How about like you need like. All right, let's go around and like talk about our favorite place.
We're not even drunk
What's your
enough.
favorite place, Jace?
Oh, favorite place?
Positano.
Santorini, Greece.
Oh, okay.
Favorite place.
Well, we're not calling it that.
No. But you're asking my favorite place.
My favorite place is the
Call it a title.
bathroom.
Yeah, your favorite place is the
How about
shitter.
getting nailed?
Getting nailed. I like that one.
Well, yeah.
When I nailed your fingers together.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. I still, I have arthritis in that.
that
You know what? How
plays
about
off
this?
of
How about
Man
this?
Cave.
She's never heard that story about nailing him.
About
Oh, yeah.
nailing him.
Okay,
Wait a
Jace,
second.
tell it, Jace.
Wait. I
And
actually think
when Goose nailed me,
we've
is that what
heard
you
the
mean?
story from Jason 1,000 times. You tell the story.
All right, so
He might have a different version. of the
we're doing. Why don't
For Rainn
you set
Wilson.
it up and then I'll jump.
You want me to set it up for you?
Rainn Wilson.
Typically how we do it. I set it up for him. So, yeah, it was Rainn Wilson. It was a... we were
You know who
building-
Rainn Wilson is?
You know
No.
Rainn Wilson?
Dwight. A real fucking
Dwight from
weird
The Office?
dude.
You know the
On
show?
Oh
the show The
yeah,
Office.
yeah.
Dwight.
Real ugly dude who wears makeup. 'cause-
Yes.
Yeah. That
Because he's
guy.
ugly.
Goose can't get over the fact that he put some makeup on.
He was
for
putting
the
eyeliner
Emmys.
on as we're doing him a man, giving him a man.
The
cave.
eyeliner?
He was going to the Emmys. He's putting makeup on.
But eyeliner? Like I get face
Yeah,
makeup
rouge,
eyeliner?
I don't know if he did
rouge,
eyeliner.
Rouge.
like all that shit. I don't even know what the fuck it's. What
Rouge
it
He
is.
was on his way to the
Rouge,
Golden
that's a
Globe.
lip gloss.
Was it the
wow,
Golden
that's
Globes?
still
I thought
crazy
the Golden
though.
Globes,
No
all right.
dude should ever wear eyeliner.
But it was.
So good.
That's what we should call it. Anyway, so we're building him a man cave in the backyard, right? We're built from the ground up. This is a complete build. So we had shit everywhere. You know,
Yeah.
this was a lot. There was a lot going. There is a picture of him right there.
Oh yeah,
Dwight.
yeah. He's yeah.
So, and when we do that, there's a lot of shit and there's a lot of tools everywhere. And you got somebody like Goose who's got ADD. He just picks tools up and he starts fucking going nuts, right? So we are. How much do you want me to set
No,
this
that's
up?
it, that's it.
So we're doing the beginning of the scene. It's the beginning. Hold on. Let me set this up.
The
So
open.
this is the opening, right? And in the opening of the show, what we typically do is we show the plan to the homeowner. Like I'll be on one side of the plan. Then Goose and the homeowner, in this case, Rainn Wilson, is on the other side of the plan, and I start explaining what's going on in the
So
plan.
like Jason's presenting the plan to
presenting
Goose
it.
and the homeowner.
Stu, I got
Okay.
this. Thank you, though.
Sorry.
So I'm explaining to the camera and to Goose and Rainn what's happening with the plan.
So not only
Now,
are we like the talent on the show, we're producing the show too because Mike Stafford sucked.
Yeah.
Okay,
we got to get Mike Stafford on
we
the
gotta
phone.
start. But he, so we're coming up with ideas, and so I see like this nail gun that's laying on the ground. So I pick it up, and instead of like going, they have like tape, like we're gonna tape up the plan on the wall. So I get it, I pick it up, and I go do, and I nail it like to the beam.
No, like 80 fucking nails.
Yeah, 80
okay,
nails.
80 nails.
Oh,
Not just
Jason's like, oh my God, that's my beam. I got to sand that down. He's all nervous and shit.
Yeah.
So now I got the nail gun in my hand, right? And Jason's sitting next to me, and they took like the little safety thing. So I'm just holding it. So all of a sudden, like I go and I like raise my hand. Jason like blocks it.
Now hold on.
ahead,
So
go
first of all, I'm explaining the plan, and just to get back to this, because you've got two guys, Goose and Rainn, who are both severely severely ADD. Both of these guys. So neither one of them are listening to a word I'm fucking saying.
Yeah.
They start to leave. This is what happens. You start to walk away.
Yeah,
because I wasn't even done yet. And I'm like, guys, I'm not done yet. Come back. Goose turns to come back with the framing gun.
Yeah.
I turn at the same time with my hand, and I hear the gun go off. That's what that sounds like. Right? And I'm sitting there going, what did you
And it was
hit?
a framing gun, like a 10-penny
That's
nail.
big
It's like
gun.
a long nail.
The big nails.
Yeah,
And
like this.
Yeah, what people don't realize, whoever out there's listening right now has ever used a framing gun,
Yeah.
right? What happens if your finger's on the trigger and it depresses,
Yeah.
it doesn't discriminate if it's a piece of wood or a limb. It goes off, right? So I heard the gun go off, and I'm like, what did you hit? I didn't realize he hit me at the time.
Where?
Right? So I pick my hand up, and you can see the head of the nails here and the point of the nails right there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, in my hand, right?
That's like right through the veins. Like, oh my
Oh,
gosh.
right. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. But I'm thinking, look at him.
Suck it up. You know what I'm saying? Fucking snowflake.
Michelle, this is the best part. So I'm standing there, and I'm in shock.
Suck it up,
'Cause
snowflake.
I see the nail, right? And all I can think to say,
His upper lip is like quivering. Call my mommy.
all I can think to say is, that's not good. That's not good, right? And I turn and walk away. The best part of this, though, because the camera watches me, right, Stu? Walk off set.
Yeah.
The best part, though, this camera's look at him shaking his knees over there. He's already-
Go ahead. Tell the story.
The camera pans back to Goose and Rainn Wilson, right?
Yeah.
So Rainn Wilson's as white as his inside of this cup.
He's going to
Yeah.
throw
He's
up.
literally white.
Right.
His
Literally,
mangina right now is fucking is closing.
Oh, yeah. He's ready to pass out. Goose, and meanwhile, has lost no color, right?
Yeah.
He watches me leave. He looks back at Rainn Wilson, ready to pass out. I got to stand up and show you this, because this is the best part of this whole thing. So Goose has the gun, and he goes like this, right?
Yeah.
He kind of puts the gun down on the ground, and he kind of, with his foot, pushes it over towards Rainn Wilson and just walks away. Nonchalantly walks away, leaving Rainn Wilson there with the framing gun ready to pass out.
Oh
I'm like,
my
I saw that
God.
video later. I'm like, that's the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, he just, whatever. He leaves.
Yeah.
So I go to the emergency room, right? And I don't know if you've been to the emergency room lately. It's good
No,
times, right? There was
I
5
have
people
not.
in there. I got
Okay.
my hand in a cake bowl,
Yeah.
right, full of ice. And I'm Mike Stafford.
Is the nail still in there?
I pulled the nail out already, but I don't suggest anybody
You
does
pulled
that.
it out
I pulled
yourself?
it out myself. Not a good
Oh,
idea.
Jesus.
Like, you almost fainted?
No, I didn't almost faint, but it
did
came
faint.
out real easy though.
Did it
It's weird.
hurt?
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, it was weird. It came out real easy. I'm like, I don't know if that's good or bad. So I
Yeah,
told
I don't know if
Stafford,
it's
I said,
good
I'm
or
not
bad
waiting
either.
here. Let's go to. So we found an urgent care. We got into an urgent care. Guy takes an X-ray. He goes, oh, you're going to be fine. I'm like, okay. He goes, it hit your thumb bone and went up, skimmed across everything else, so you'll be all right.
Okay.
But 2 fractures, one on my thumb and one on my third metacarpal. All right? Yeah. That's what he said. So he goes,
Suck it up.
So he wraps it up and he goes, I'm going to write you a prescription for pain medication. I'm like, I don't need any pain medication.
Jerk off.
I don't want that.
Jerk off.
You got-
we could have sold it to Snoop for like
You have to
$40 a
illustrate-
pill.
Hang on.
Snoop would have
You
bought the
to
fucking
illustrate-
pain medication.
You have to illustrate Goose right now.
Yeah, but-
he is literally rolling.
Oh,
his
he's rolling.
Yeah, literally rolling
So
his
listen-
eyes, not
But
caring.
listen, the best part is
My third motorcarpal was fractured.
So,
by,
I'm like, I don't need
by the
any pain
attempt of
medication.
it.
I'm good. Don't
Yeah.
ever turn down pain medication, by the way, because that motherfucker hurt later on. So I go back to set. This is the best part of the story. I go
Yeah.
back to set. I see Goose in his car, right? I'm like, I got my hand all bandaged up. Now, so anybody who watches this show with Rainn Wilson, and at the end of the show you see my hand bandaged up, now you know the story. Right? So I'm walking by and I see him in his car. He's talking to his agent. And I'm like, I can't tell him I'm fine, right? I gotta play this up a little bit. So I'm trying to cry, right? I got a tear. And he sees
That really
me.
convinced me.
He sees me. He rolls his window down halfway, not all the way.
Yeah.
Rolls it down halfway. And he goes, how bad is it? And I'm like, Goose, it's not good. I need a surgery. I don't know if they can use my thumb anymore. I'm making this shit up, right? So he goes, he starts rolling his window up. And he goes, you'll be fine. I'm like,
What the fuck?
I'm like, what?
I went and got some sushi.
I'm like, what? No sympathy? And right before the window goes up, he goes, you know where you can find sympathy? In the dictionary between shit and syphilis. Look it up. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. I'm like, to this day, this jackass has never apologized for shooting me in the hand with a framing gun with a nail.
And he still isn't.
No,
oh
he
my
still
God.
has. He's still.
Come on, you got a
So wait.
story in your life. You fucking told the
This
story.
is the
You
story
made
of your
more
life.
money on that fucking
Hang on.
story. Every event he goes to, he tells that fucking
Oh
story.
hell yeah! I
Michelle.
tell that story. It's the best story.
This is literally when I started working for Man Caves.
Yeah.
Stu-
Oh,
I
it
just
was?
and no offense, like I didn't
Stu got
even know-
200 to throw away the
Yeah.
video.
I had no. I didn't
That video's
know,
gone.
I
You can't
didn't
even find
know
that anymore.
That's
anything. I
Yeah.
was not an NFL fan,
Right.
and so I'm coming into just whatever, and I can see that he's just a pisser on camera.
He's still
And
playing
so-
with himself, the Lonnie Anderson.
Still jacking off, shitting naked.
So you understand, this is coveted footage. And my editor comes in, who's been working there for a while. He goes,
We can't
"You got to
put it
see
on."
when Goose shot Jason in the hand with a nail gun, okay?" And I'm watching this footage, and it's like watching you cannot see that. I can't even see this footage now.
Yeah.
And it's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best thing. Jason.
Where is that
So he
footage?
goes,
Where
it's the best.
Honestly, this was before I really had anything to do with the
that's
show, and
before
so
you got
to
on
me, I would have clipped that off. But that's one of those things that, right when they show it to you, they kind of burn it, because they don't want it out or anything.
They got any
Yeah.
more of these?
But it is the greatest footage. And now here's the thing: this is why Goose rolls his eyes, is because I'm not kidding you. We did 14 seasons. This is happened in season 2. It literally just
Oh my gosh.
Jason has told this story, and I can prove it with video and audio.
It happened in every other year.
75 times he's told the story.
Oh my
and
God.
Goose is the same way, just rolling his eyes
He
like
rolled his eyes.
Another
Well,
fucking
whatever.
story.
Here we go again.
If he
with
didn't
the
have that in
nail
his
gun.
life, he'd have no stories to tell. He'd be up there, he'd be up there selling fucking
love that
spray guns,
story.
saying, "Hey, how you doing?"
But it's
How you
one of
doing?
those
What's
things
going
that
on?
we love to get Jason to tell the story
Yeah.
because it's a little different every time. But it's his glory.
Listen, I gotta
he's
say-
in his
Yeah, this-
glory.
I gotta say,
I will
he
say-
is the best sport I've ever worked with.
He is. He seems like he
Listen,
would be.
We went, and I
I've
got
only
to tell
met
one
him
other
twice so
story.
far.
We go and we're doing, I don't even know what man cave it was. And we went to some stable. Remember we had the stables?
The horse
God,
stable.
yeah.
The stable,
Oh, yeah.
right? What was that man
This
cave?
is the Indian guy. That
was hilarious.
He got his garage done.
Thank you, man.
And he always wanted. He was an Indian guy that always wanted
that
to
we
be
couldn't
a
do
cowboy.
we couldn't do the open because we were fucking
guy-
dying.
Is that dude?
You
I
were
always
dying
wanted,
laughing.
hello, my friend. I always wanted to be a cowboy. I go,
He's
what?
got a 10-gallon hat.
He's got a
No.
10-gallon hat with a big belt buckle. He's
of
an
all-
Indian, like from India.
First of all, the hat
And he
didn't fit
couldn't
him.
really say cowboy.
Yeah.
Cowboy.
Yeah.
Cowboy. I was like, what?
And the
you
hat
want to be a
didn't-
what?
Stu, the hat didn't
The
fit him.
hat didn't fit him.
Oh my
Goose
God.
took a tool from the shed and
Yeah.
fucking cut his hat.
Cut the hat and
It's
slapped it on his head.
Smushed it on his
Smushed
Oh my
smacking it
God.
down
Poor guy.
right on the guy. It is
Oh,
the
my
best.
God. He was a huge cowboy fan.
What a nice guy the
Loved
guy
the
was. though, too.
Westerns.
Listen,
Oh,
so we go and me and Jason are going to go the whole thing was the crew wanted Jason off the set. Like, get him the fuck out of here. We'll get this thing done.
wanted me off the-
Jason's very anal.
every
About all
show
of
they're
his
like,
bills.
Goose, please get him the fuck out of here because he'll
I'm a
put
control freak.
Oh,
I am.
complete. Like we would get half done and then he'd be like, take that
Yeah.
off. No, that we got to sand that again.
Right.
What do you mean we got to sand that again?
Sand it 80
Oh,
times.
please. So I go, come on, Jason, we're going to go. We're going to learn how to put shoes on a horse. So we go to some I don't know, some random, stable, whatever. There's a guy there. He's showing us how to put the horses on and stuff. So I said, Mike, listen, this would be a great thing. They have a huge stallion in there, like a white stallion. They'll suit him up. They'll put him on. I'll get on and put a cowboy on. And that'll be like the
Dude, you'd have to get on a Clydesdale.
End,
What are you-
the end of the, the end of the whole segment. And I'll just be, and I'll,
We did this,
like
yes.
walking out with the horse, and then
Yeah.
Jason can follow me with his horse.
Right.
But the whole thing was I set it up where my horse was I don't know, it goes by hand. Say it was 6-7 foot tall, right? This big, beautiful white horse.
Yeah.
And Jason was on a pony.
Well, wait.
Okay, I think it had 3 legs. It was limping.
So no, because I heard.
The heels of Jason's boots were still on the ground when he was on the pony.
They were dragging
and
on the
it
ground.
was
Oh my
And I was like-
God.
and then here comes Jason's.
It is classic.
Listen,
That is good
it
stuff.
was the funniest.
was funny.
Listen to me. I was laughing so hard.
Thanks. That was good. It was good stuff.
I was pissing my pants.
I
but,
should
but he
post
was
it.
such
That's
a good sport. And then we go back. So normally, we'll wait till the episode's 3/4 of the way over, and then we'll go and shoot the open.
Yeah.
So we only have one hat. The budget's really pathetic, right? So we go. We have this one cowboy hat. So like Stu told you earlier. It wouldn't fit. This guy had a gigantic head.
Yeah.
For an
Really
Indian guy, he had a fucking a watermelon for a fucking head, right?
Because Indian guys have little heads.
No, but a lot of them do. They don't really have big heads. But this guy had a fucking watermelon, right? So the hat wasn't fitting. So I went and got a scissors and I cut the back of the hat so then he could put it on, and the back was like, it was a 4-inch gap, but it fit on his head. The fucking guy, right?
First of all, it actually slammed it on his head. You've seen this guy's
So
hands.
now, we're talking to the guy, and the guy's like, how are you, my friend? Like, how are you? Nice, nice guy, whatever.
Yeah.
And so we go to do the open, and we're going through the whole thing. And I try to tell the guy, listen, we want to do this one time. We're going to point to a couple things and tell you a little about it, and we're going to ask you a couple questions. Okay. So now the guy's standing next to him. I'm on the one end. Then it's the guy. Then it's the whole man cave, like on like a what is that? Like a diagram,
like a board,
like a board.
yeah.
And then Jason's over there.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there. I'm looking. And all of a sudden, so Jason, Jason's very like he uses his hands, like, okay, we're gonna do this. This cowboy man. What made you think of the cowboy man cave? Well, I always want the back cowboy. The guy said that, right? Jason's fucking boogers. He's trying not to laugh, right? The boogers shot out of his nose. They're like hanging over his lip.
Did I get the snot?
I keel over.
They literally could not.
Listen, we couldn't do it. We couldn't do
No, we couldn't do
We
it.
tried it 7 times.
Yeah.
The guy was the guy was the greatest. He was a great guy.
Really nice guy.
Oh, we had so much. He was just like, he was laughing too. He's like, I'm trying to do this. It's hard for me.
Yes, he really wanted, but he's going, I wanted to be a cowboy.
I want to be a cowboy so bad when I was a little kid. I took 10 win and it was and I go, what? Jason, listen, it was one of the funniest
Oh my God,
opens.
Oh my God, I can only imagine.
We were crying.
Yeah.
I was crying.
Yeah,
I was crying.
I think we just left some of the laughing in because
You have to.
You had to.
Yeah.
There's no way you get a take without it.
We gotta watch. We gotta watch that one. Do you have the open of that one?
absolutely
We gotta.
watch
Not here, but I do have.
Yeah, we gotta bring that
It's
in.
true. You don't have the footage that we were talking about with the framing gun. I wish you had that.
That I don't.
You said you threw that away, right?
Somebody else.
That and
was in charge of
that and the deer. We got rid of that one.
Oh yeah. The hump
Or
deer.
did we? How about the brownies? Did
What
we still have that
brownies?
footage?
What's the brownie
We
story?
still have the brownie footage.
Meat brownies?
Oh man,
I don't have any
That
brownie
was-
footage.
That was.
Let me tell you something.
That was before me.
This was a show where listen, when we're working, we're hungry.
Yeah.
because we're working
Oh, yeah.
nonstop, right? So somebody puts brownies on it. Are you kidding? You
Oh,
put brownies
God.
on the table. I'm
Anything.
If you put
I'm
it in
gonna
from
scarf those up.
But the whole thing is, this girl is cute girl. She was probably like
Oh, she's-
25,
she's-
beautiful.
Yeah.
She's hot.
She was an artist,
Yeah,
like
she
she
was
was a
hot.
photographer, and her husband was there. They're cool as hell, man.
Yeah,
We're
they're
like,
really
what's
cool.
up? Hanging out with them, whatever. So she's making brownies. She's pregnant.
Yeah.
Make it go. All right, she's making brownies. Nice.
And I love
Make her whatever,
brownies.
right?
Yeah, I love
We're
brownies.
hanging out. So she just like makes them, doesn't even say nothing to nobody, and then just puts them like on the table and goes, "Oh, everybody, there's brownies on the table." So I'm like, "All right, cool." So we're about more than 3/4.
First of all, my
through.
eyes lit up when I came up and saw the brownies. I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
brownies.
Yeah.
Gavone,
Gavone.
Gavone over here. He's like whacking a brownie down.
Three
like,
brownies.
He's whacking them like they're chiclets. All right. Me,
like
I had like a little
whack-a-mole.
piece of brownie, put it in, whatever. So it's about an hour goes by. We're getting
hour.
We're getting ready to go do the
reveal.
We got to do the reveal,
Yeah.
whatever this and that. Okay, we do the reveal. Then all of a sudden, man, I just started getting tingly. I was like, "What the fuck, man?"
First of all, Goose, I never made the reveal, dude. I was cracking up way before the fucking
Listen,
reveal.
the whole crew.
Yeah.
The lady put weed in the brownies. We didn't even.
pop
know.
brownies. See, we didn't get to this
Listen.
yet. It's pop brownies. We were so
I was kind of.
I had no
assuming it's
idea.
okay.
Listen, I was like,
Was she eating them?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if
She
she
was
did.
pregnant,
I think
you said.
Pregnant, but listen, I was like, me and him had to like do like like, oh, so what'd you think about the thing? Like they do an interview at the end.
Yeah.
We couldn't do it.
No. First of all,
We were laughing.
I was like-
so hard, so fucked up.
Weed brownies are no joke.
no,
I do
listen.
not fuck with edibles. They're nuts.
Goose actually was doing better than me because
Yeah.
as soon as he said something, I
She
started.
didn't tell you guys?
No, I started cracking up.
No, listen to me.
Everything was
the
funny.
camera guy, the audio guy. Everybody was fucked up on the whole
Oh,
show.
God, I
So
was
none of you
laughing.
guys knew. Not
Oh
one soul
my
knew.
God.
And this bitch was
I
just
had no
making
idea.
them.
I don't even know if did they ever
Wow.
put that out? Did they
I
ever
don't
show
think
that
so,
one?
Man. I don't think so.
That was before me.
But the best part,
my God.
was I don't know how we got through the reveal. To be honest, I don't know how we did it. But afterwards, we do what's called an OTF, which is on the fly interview,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, forget
outside.
it.
So I'm outside doing
Forget
this
it.
on the fly
With
and
me.
and I'm
We're
standing-
together.
Yeah, but I didn't know you were there. So I'm standing there,
I was
and
right
they're
next to you.
and they're interviewing me, right? And I keep looking at my feet, and I saw the footage.
Yeah.
I'm looking at I'm like, why am I looking at my feet? And I look up at camera and I go, my feet are stuck, man. My feet won't move. So
You kept saying that.
I kept
and I'm
saying
like,
it.
what the-
And I didn't realize.
I was bugging out.
Yeah.
The next thing I know, I'm on the Parkway Drive.
Yeah, but
They're like,
my
you got to
God.
come back. We got to do the reveal.
Going under the speed
I said,
limit,
fuck
right?
you. I'm going. I don't know where I'm going.
Listen,
but I'm driving.
I didn't know Goose was behind me, so I look and I hear him, and I look and there's Goose looking at my feet.
Yeah.
So we're both looking at on camera. We're both looking at my feet.
I was
And I'm
like, did somebody nail your shoes? What happened? Like,
I'm like,
are they?
I don't
I gotta
know,
see
man.
this episode. I gotta
my
see this
feet
episode.
My feet won't move, and we're both cracking the fuck up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my
Like
God.
you were in like quicksand
Dying.
or something.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing, and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
That was like the scariest. So listen, I never ate anything on any other show ever unless we bought it. And it
But
was
I didn't realize that eating it was that much more intense.
It is. It is. Edibles are
Listen, I was
crazy.
never fucked up like that ever. Ever.
Right? Edibles are.
Did
I
they
mean,
ever
wheat
do that?
cookies.
I never
wheat
did
cookies.
that
I'm like,
shit.
I
I
can
was
only
like,
eat
what?
half.
Did they ever play that episode? They had to have.
Listen, I don't even
I
remember.
don't know how they. I don't know how they would.
I don't remember.
I
don't
need
either.
to see this episode. I'm gonna
Oh
look
my
for
God,
it.
that was.
I've got a lot of
crazy.
them.
All right.
Yeah, Stu's
That's
got 'em
funny.
all.
We gotta try and find
Stu's
them.
got
Up
the.
at the preppers.
Stu's got
place.
the vault.
Yeah, the prepper.
The
We're
prepper.
gonna go up to the cabin. Do that.
prepper.
Yeah, we're gonna go fix
Yes,
the
I cannot
waterfall.
wait.
I
that.
just can't see you as a prepper.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know, man.
We got these
do have an arsenal,
275 gallon like big jugs of water. And we got like a spring that comes out like the mountain, and we fill them up. We got a couple in the basement. We're gonna go get a couple more, but we have like 600-700 gallons of like spring water. That's what we shower. I shower in
Wow.
Poland spring water.
You
I think that's what Stu needs when he takes a shit. He needs to pull in spring water to clean himself.
We're gonna get
But Michelle, if shit ever hits the fan in this
Yeah.
country, you got to go to Goose's place.
we
Yeah,
got
for
we got
sure.
we got like
Good.
400 pounds of pasta.
Plus, he's got an arsenal.
Oh,
Yeah,
400 I'm sold on 400
everything.
pounds of pasta.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we got-
both gun guys.
Yeah.
yeah. Big time.
But
Second
that's,
Amendment.
That's all. You know what? That's going to be another topic of another podcast.
Put a shot. I've got a shooting
What?
range.
Second
We got
Amendment.
we got quads, snowmobiles, side by sides.
I want to go to a shooting range. I've
Yeah.
only been once.
Really? You never shot? Have you ever shot guns and stuff?
Yeah, I have one,
so
one
Goose,
time.
that's another podcast.
Yeah.
Podcast is
Yes.
taking her to
Yes.
the gun range.
Right.
I've
Maybe
never
the
shot a
range.
gun. I'd
Oh
love
my
to
God!
Really?
This,
Yeah.
this is it.
wow.
Oh, you'll be addicted.
There we
dude.
go.
It's awesome.
Done.
It's just,
Done.
You know what? People like think, oh, guns, but it's just fun. It's like,
Yeah.
I like shooting guns. I like guns, but I like crossbows and bows better than guns because it's a silent, and you could like shoot the target. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go as far. It's not as like dramatic, but I don't know. Like when I'm sitting in the woods, like if I hunt or something like that.
But listen, I think most people like you and I, we grew up around them. I mean,
Yeah.
we've been around guns all our lives. It's just been a constant in
Right.
our lives. So I think,
yeah.
But I think this whole thing now with the drama that's going on,
Gun control.
with the gun control, and it's always about gun control. It's never about
the
personal
crazy
responsibility,
person. Yeah.
right?
This nut job.
Yeah, and
You're referring to the what?
Well, we're referring to the Vegas,
The Vegas shooting, yeah.
which is the worst this country's ever
Yeah.
seen.
How about my cousin, his wife, and my aunt and uncle? My aunt and uncle haven't been out there in, I would say, 40 years, and they went out, and they were at the MGM across the way when everything was happening. Yeah, it was crazy. They saw the whole thing.
But listen, there's a huge liability on their part right now because the story keeps changing. That's the craziest thing about this whole story.
What do you mean? Who's liable?
Well, I mean, the hotel.
Mandalay Bay.
Mandalay Bay, because here's the thing: their timeline differs from the cops' timeline. So this has come out a couple of times now. The timeline has actually changed. So the whoever's
Really?
investigating this, whether it's the sheriff, I think the FBI's probably in control. It's a joint effort now.
Sure.
But the timeline has changed. Did you hear about this?
No.
Because
No.
the hotel now has come forward and said, no, that doesn't match up with our timeline. I'm like, first of all, listen, I'm like you, Goose. I love our first responders and our men and women in blue. I mean, I have nothing but respect for them. But who's running the show here? How can you not get the timeline right when you first? I mean, this is the investigation 101. First of all, the guy comes forward that got shot in the hotel, the security guard, because the alarms are going off. So they ran up there, and in the original timeline, he was shot after he started shooting the people in the crowd. He was shot first. So how do you mess that up? Like 6 minutes before, 200 rounds through the door and hit this guy in the leg. Right?
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. This has just come out recently. So, I mean, this whole thing is nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense on this whole thing.
Yeah, that's
we
weird.
still don't have a
Reports
motive.
that you've heard.
There's still
I'm
no
sorry?
motive. That's the craziest
These are the
part.
reports that you've heard.
These are the reports that are out right now, that are just out right now. But I mean, nothing makes sense,
Yeah.
and there's absolutely no motive yet.
Michelle,
That's
you got to
the
find
craziest
out
part
more
of it
about
all.
this.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
you
I
gotta-
know.
getting back to gun control, Goose, and you're like me, you hate every time something like this happens. It's like the go-to. Take the guns away.
Yeah.
More gun control.
Right.
The only thing that more legislation, the only thing it does is hurt the law-abiding citizens.
Yeah. We should be focusing more on mental health.
What are they getting?
Mental health in a situation like this. Like, that should be more of an awareness.
Let me ask you this question. So say
I
they
heard
go
gun
and they,
stock went up after that.
Absolutely. Every time that comes up.
What are they going to do if they say, okay, we're going to have more, it's going to be harder to get a gun, this, that. How about all the guns that are out there?
Oh, there's
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Do
Millions.
you think like, the law-abiding citizen or just a normal guy that has the guns is going to go and say, all right, I got to hand it. Do you think the criminals or the
Absolutely.
derelicts
It's just
are
like
going to go and just like, oh, yeah, let me hand my guns in too? No.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit about
So
the
you're
laws.
unarming the people who are the law-abiding people,
Right?
And you're and you're giving more power,
Right.
to the criminals or
Yeah.
to the people who
don't give a shit.
who don't give a shit, and the ones that you're trying to stop.
Right.
But here's the thing, Goose. They can't literally take our right away. They can't take it away.
No.
Right? But they'll
No.
do everything they can to make it
more difficult.
To make it as difficult as possible for somebody to get a gun. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
So bump stocks. You know the bump stock, right?
Yes.
Listen, most Americans, most level-headed Americans, we can have that discussion. You want to get rid of bump stocks? All right. Let's talk about getting rid of bump stocks.
But the whole thing is, if you give one thing up,
then it's a downhill.
They,
Then it's
just
they
keep going. What's next?
going.
What's next? What's next?
Taking,
Yeah.
It's listen. I
Drives
just
me
I
nuts.
believe that
I know.
Listen, all these people, Hillary Clinton. She's not. She has nothing to do with our government anymore or anything like that. She has security, and they all have automatic weapons, all kinds of stuff. Why should she be protected with those?
Right.
And my family not?
And how long did
Yeah.
it take her to blame the NRA? How long did that take? You know what I mean?
5
It didn't-
seconds.
5 seconds. So all of a sudden you blame the NRA.
Right.
Here's an interesting fact. I don't know if you guys knew this.
What?
In all of the mass shootings that we've had in this country, and again, you can clarify, Michelle, on this because not one of those people has been a member of the NRA. Not one member of the NRA has ever done a mass shooting.
See? Again,
right?
it's mental health awareness.
That
These people are
is-
fucking whack jobs. If
Yes.
you're a whack job, you're going to find access to a weapon.
Or a
and-
truck.
Yeah,
Or
or,
a
something.
or a
knife.
bomb,
Right.
This guy had all.
Any kind of lethal weapon. Yeah.
That is so true, Michelle, because in this country right now, we've gotten away from persecution of anybody that has a mental illness. We're like,
Yeah.
we can't, don't
Yeah.
do anything. Can't do
Right.
anything.
Yeah.
This guy, from what I've heard, and some stories say that he's been on Valium, that he was on Valium for a long time. So he had depression issues.
Right.
So when you go on these drugs, there's some really crazy
The
shit
crazy
that happens.
thing is, the guy has no motive. I mean, the guy had tons of money, right?
He was a huge gambler, though. Was that like gambler money? Was he always like in and out of?
That was his thing.
Yeah.
He had all kinds of real estate, all kinds
Let
of
me ask you
money.
this,
It's just
Goose. Let me ask you this.
strange, man.
First of all,
It is strange.
every casino has thousands of cameras everywhere. Right?
Yeah.
Millions
Millions of
That's
cameras.
unbelievable.
So number one, he was in this hotel for I don't know how long. He used the freight elevator to get, because how many guns did he have? 20 guns in the
No,
room?
like 40,
Not to mention all the ammo. Ammo's not light. So this guy, you mean to tell me this guy's going to take all these guns, all this ammo up to the room in a freight elevator?
Yeah.
He's got the do not disturb sign on the door for days.
Yeah.
How does the hotel not know what the hell is going on in his fucking room? How do the
Crazy.
maids not know?
That is crazy.
There's so many unanswered
I
questions.
never thought of that.
I never thought of that
how
either.
How
about
does
the maids?
There's got to be
Yeah.
video of
Nobody
this.
clean their room?
But
There's
what
gotta
do you
be-
just put do not disturb and that's
but
it?
that's the thing. But there's got to be video of this guy
Somebody's gotta
bringing this
go in
shit up to the room. It's like, how do you not? This is the problem because the hotel now understands that they are liable, that there's criminal lawsuits coming.
Yeah.
So this whole timeline thing, that's why, I don't know, dude. I'm not a
it's gonna happen
conspiracy
then.
guy, but
It's
if
a
You think it could
It sounds
have?
like a
You
conspiracy.
think
But
it could have had something to do with the casino? Is what you're saying? Kind of.
I don't know if it's got. Listen, something's not right.
Something's
here.
off, right.
Something's off, and I don't know if it's just the incompetence on the investigator's part. If we can't, somebody's not telling somebody something
Yeah.
here. So I don't know. It's
and
it's
didn't
freaky.
he had a girlfriend or he was married or something, and she had absolutely she's actually been clear, she had no
well,
idea,
they interviewed
right?
her. They apparently, but then there was something about a hooker in the room with him, and I don't know if listen, nothing makes sense.
Yeah,
Nothing
that's
makes
strange.
sense. It's this is the worst mass shooting we've ever had in this
That's
country.
what's the craziest part about it.
There's got to be a lot of pressure on these investigators.
Nuts.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
We got to do a better job. We got to do a better job with these investigations and trying to find out what's going on.
But Goose, listen, I'm all for. If somebody wants to own a gun, I'm all for it. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? Yeah. But
maybe they should start doing evaluations,
Well, we do. We have background checks.
Right.
So when everybody says, "Oh, we got to do more background checks," we have them.
That's
we
true.
We happen to
That's
live in New
true.
Jersey, which is
Yeah,
one. I mean, this is one of the toughest areas to get a gun.
Yeah.
How much shit we got to go through to get a gun here,
Yeah,
right?
I did know
Fingerprints
that.
and you got to check all your. What do you got to give? Like 3 references when you
all
go
kinds
in
of stuff. Yeah,
It's like
crazy.
what the.
Yeah, so I mean, what else is going to prevent this? Nothing. Again, it's just
That's
a wackadoos.
you know what. Here's my opinion on this. Right. You cannot, when you live in a free society, we live in a free society.
Yeah.
You cannot stop this shit you cannot stop evil people from doing evil things.
Exactly.
You can't.
There's no solution to it. Yeah.
No, that's what I mean. It's like this shit's going to happen. So whether it's a gun or a truck or a knife or something, it's going to happen because you can't stop evil people from doing evil shit.
Right.
I agree. 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I agree.
It's
Say
just,
100%.
You just got to be careful when you go out there. You got to look around, be aware of what's going on, and be
speak
prepared.
up. Speak up.
Speak up and be prepared for. You never know what's going to happen at any time, man. You got to really be. Open your eyes.
On your P's and
don't,
Q's.
Don't tell somebody if you see something weird. But all right, hate to finish on that note, but it was listen, it was a good time, and
we'll go to the gun range.
Yeah, you got it, man. All right, we'll see you next time. Later.